Oh boy. Oh boy. This probably was the hardest game to watch. This and I was watching it too. It what the Indianapolis Colts beat the Chicago Bears 21-16. Anthony Richardson has such a boom or bust potential to his name. It is crazy. When he is when he is firing on all cylinders, he he has all the talent and all the skill sets to be a top tier quarterback in this league. He also it's kind of like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, bro. He also there are times and there are plays where he looks god awful. Yo, there were interceptions that he threw in this game that you would question someone's sanity or you would question someone's eyesight as to what were you looking at, bro? Or what were you thinking? Like the one that is running through my mind is at the goal line, bro, and he just tossed it forward. And while his teammate was behind him or was there, so I can see where he was passing it, I also saw three Chicago Bears players in front of that player. So unless you threw up a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhook, there was no way that ball was getting over those defenders. And what do you know? He threw a pick. I think Anthony Rich. In fact, let me make sure. How many interceptions did Anthony Richardson throw? Anthony Richardson threw 2 interceptions. That one was egregious. Honestly, if it wasn't for Jonathan Taylor having 23 carries for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns, they would have lost. Anthony Richardson threw for 167 yards and 2 interceptions. Yo, their highest their highest receiver was 1 reception for 44 yards. I understand that the Colts are dealing with injury. They're dealing with a lot of injury. I understand that. But I also understand that you can't keep shooting yourself in the foot. And while there gets to a point where you can't keep having so many boom or bust moments. Like you can't keep having spectacular moments, one spectacular moment and 3 or 4 bad plays. At some point it's going to have to even out. And for Anthony Richardson, it has not even out yet. Now, granted, I do know that this is essentially a second year, but until that happens, the Colts, and yes, I understand that they're dealing with injury, but until that happens, the Colts are always going to be behind the 8 ball because, again, Anthony Richardson has the opportunity to do some incredible things, but he also be making some bonehead decisions that if it wasn't for the team that they played, some of those decisions should have ruined them. And if it wasn't for Jonathan Taylor, because remember, this is a resurgence year, or they're hoping that it's a resurgence year for Jonathan Taylor. First 2 weeks wasn't that great, but rushing for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns, that's great. Which then gets me to Chicago. Chicago finds himself in an odd spot, in a spot that, 1, you don't want to find yourself in, and 2, it's very hard to get out of without making drastic changes. That spot is this. You have a young quarterback that has all the talent to be a top tier quarterback, but obviously he's young. He's still trying to adapt to the game. And there are flashes. We continue as fans, we see flashes. Caleb Williams threw for 363 yards. You don't see that as a rookie. And I think he had 2 touchdowns, but he also had 2 tough interceptions. The spot that they're in is, it's very tough to decide who is more at blame for Chicago being where they are. Because these first 3 games, outside of the Texans, these first 3 games were supposed to be layups. At least 2 of the 3. You went against the Texans. While you did win, you had to come back. You lost to the Titans, but you only lost 19-13, and you lost to the Colts in a game that you should have won. But if it wasn't for some questionable play calling and some interceptions, you know. But it's like, systems matter too, bro. And it could be the fact that Matt Eberflus is a good quarterback or good coach. Maybe the system that he has Caleb Williams in isn't the system that is suitable for him. And I think that's the issue. It's like, okay, is a lot of these issues because Caleb Williams is young and Caleb Williams is still trying to learn the game, or is it because is it something bigger? Is it, do we have the wrong coach for him? That is, I don't know, bro. Because 363 yards, 2 touchdowns is great. He did have 2 interceptions, but still. Rome Odunze, 112 yards, bro. Now, I know they don't have Keenan Allen. I think that would help tremendously, but yeah, I don't know, bro. But this is second week in a row that Chicago was in a position to win, and they essentially didn't. And it didn't look great. But I don't know if it's like a blame pie. I don't know how much blame goes to Caleb Williams just being a rookie, or he's in the wrong system. So we'll see. Shouts out to the Colts for beating Chicago 21-16. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.